So here we are at the Budh International Circuit for the first ride of this, the all-new Ducati Monster. Now I know what you're thinking. Ducati Monster, this one, for real. Where's the signature round headlight? Where's the trellis frame? And before we plunge into this whole wave of nostalgia, let's remember that this is by far one of the most important models for Ducati, which single-handedly turned around their fortunes a few years ago. So for them to do this, what a lot of us would call drastic, I'm sure that involves a lot of thought process. And I think if you were to summarize all of that in a few numbers, this would be it. This new Monster is 18 kgs lighter than the 821. Now it has the front frame chassis, similar to what we have seen on the V4, which is 4.5 kgs lighter. You have lighter wheels, which are about 1.7 kgs lighter over the wheels on the 821. You have an all-new subframe made from this special fiberglass polymer, which is again, I think, about 1.9 kgs lighter. And of course, the centerpiece is the engine, which is 2.6 kgs lighter. Is now the unit that we have first seen on the SuperSport S. So this is the L-twin liquid-cooled 937cc, which pumps out similar 111 horsepower, but more importantly, makes 93 Newton-meters of torque. And not to forget, along with the engine, you also get Ducati's exclusive suite of electronic aids, which means now you have cornering traction control, cornering ABS, you also have a launch control for that matter. And that's a good thing, because I think we are at the perfect place to put that to test. Change is the name of the day. So I'm going to take your advice and try anchoring with sunglasses rather than squinting the entire time. But yeah, what an experience, and what a firecracker of a bike. The first thing that comes to your mind is, this is like a KTM Duke 390. That's how light, nimble, easy it feels to ride. But then at the heart of it, you have the 937cc engine, which in the sport mode is an absolute hoot. You always have so much power, so much torque on tap, which I think is the whole essence of the Monster, and that's where the tagline comes from: have fun. Dynamically, I love how all of this just comes together. Even though it's a road-based setup, even though suspension is on the softer side, but now with the tighter geometry, with the shorter wheelbase, I love how predictable it is in corners. I think that's the highlight, because Monsters were always supposed to be very, very user-friendly for people entering the Ducati family. It's very, very easy to ride, very predictable in corners. Of course, you cannot be very aggressive. You have to choose flowing lines. But when you do that, it's very, very rewarding. And also you have here in the track, you really appreciate the massive ground clearance which you have, which also translates to really good cornering clearance. In terms of braking, this is the same unit which we had on the 821, Brembo 4.32. Not the best braking units now that we have experienced the M50 and the Stylemas, but considering all the weight loss, it works pretty well. Even here on a racetrack, I could still brake pretty hard. Now that you have the cornering function as well, you can also trail brake into a corner, which I have to also say, the tires, the Rosso 3s, I think they're a big, big jump compared to the Rosso 2s in terms of grip, in terms of feedback. I love the bi-directional quick shifter, which comes as standard. I felt the quick shifter worked better than the blipper. The blipper required a lot more force to engage. And also, for a bike which costs 11 lakh rupees, I mean, yeah, kudos to Ducati for keeping the same price tag as the last 821, which was still on sale in India. And this is a proper overhaul. But then again, looking at the competition, for 11 lakhs, I really expected to see adjustable suspension, because that would have made a big difference even here on a racetrack, and you would have seen me smile that much wider. But that's just half the story, right? Because this is a road bike, and on the track, honestly, I can't tell you about its road going nature. about how it feels riding at slower speeds, how much does it really heat up, about the ride quality. For that, we'll have to wait till Ducati lends it to us for a longer time for a review. But what I can confirm is dynamically, this is a big success for Ducati. And I think this new Monster in this modern avatar, more than anything, lives up to its main core value, which is fun, because it is incredible fun to ride.